It's Alysia, Nora, and Macy on our little green couch.
Ready to talk weekly gossip from behind the chair.
Have a drink or 10 and get ready for the journey.
Join us on the floor with little Fern.
Hi, welcome in. I hope you grabbed a delicious bevy on the way. I want to say really fast that lately the clients have been hooping and hollering over the Wandering Bear coffee bar. It has been going off.
They do really like it. But you know what I hate? Listen up. Stop asking us for one, not specifying that you're only going to drink half a glass.
First of all, you are a heavy pour. You are a heavy pour with your cocktails and your coffees. We're putting it out there. It's Truth Day.
I don't like to be a half empty glass. I'm a full girl.
I don't make a full coffee beverage. You know, they're not taking it home.
You're a half empty girl.
Oh, I am a half empty girl. I think less is more because you can always come back for more. And especially with some of Alicia's clients, I have learned that less is indeed more because even less is still more for them.
I'm going to start doing it.
I only do a half. And I still take away sips left in the cup.
They're going to start getting their drinks made in the Cancer Support Center glasses. I cannot not.
I make their ice cup in the big bougie glass, the hot glasses we have.
Oh, I can't
do them in those.
What you do is like Starbucks it, where like you put majority ice in there, and then you just heavy with the coffee, so then it looks like a full coffee.
I do usually put a lot of ice in there. I don't know.
But then also you put a lot of coffee in there as well.
What I'm hearing is we need smaller iced cups. Is what I'm getting out of this conversation.
Because I think even with the wine glasses too, I'll find myself pouring way too much wine in there, and I'm like, geez.
It's because Macy's over the glass. You got to be eye level with the glass so you can really see your pour.
Yeah, because especially that glass can be very deceiving. And I thought I did a little baby pour, and therefore I look back at the glass and it's completely full, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it's hard. Well, I really hope you come in and you are enjoying your bevy. I am drinking a little concoction. I'm drinking a vodka soda. Let's be real. I just went hard.
Power to the vodka soda. This episode is actually all about alcohol.
Just kidding.
All of our episodes.
I started with coffee. I don't know what you're talking about.
And our drinks. Just drinking. A lot of drinks.
I'm going hard into the mom water right now. I did talk to Nora today, and I said, Nora, I just need a mom water in my life. Not even being I need it now, but she did go to the liquor store, and she did give me some mom waters, and I'm really appreciative.
It's my love language. Gifting.
I'm drinking Mary right now. And Mary, every time I go on a little hiatus from this, I forget that they don't taste like alcohol. And so right now I'm drinking it, and I literally feel like I'm just drinking water. And I forget how dangerous it can be.
After our last episode, I'm taking it easy on the drinking.
Oh, that's great for you.
A little too happy after it.
Actually, I was fine.
That's good.
Yeah, I was fine.
I'm glad.
So glad.
I had a very busy day the next day.
That's hard.
Retweet.
Do you ever? Yeah. Well, I've been hitting it hard. I've had now one day off only exclusively of not drinking after 5 days of consecutive drinking.
It's really rough out here.
So it's been a boozy month so far.
We're in busy season. Whether you think you have plans or not, on the weekend you have plans because it's the fall and it's coming up on the H word.
It's go time.
Yeah.
It's go time, baby.
H word. That makes me scared.
It gives me hives. I'm not gonna lie. I might have a rash on my chest at the moment.
Like Lucy from
100 million%.
Whenever she goes,
yes,
Steven.
Yes. Let's really talk about this for just a quick second. This is gonna come out after holiday season or prime holiday season. Holiday season for our industry it's rough. It's peak. It's where you make, I think the percentage is 30% of your income of your year is in the back half of the year.
Which is insane. That's an insane concept to think.
Yes. So it is seriously stressful for us. It's just a lot. It's I'm a lot of navigating guests' wants and needs and filling in time, and then also trying to, I don't know, shop for yourself, but also just do your regular routine. Maybe find time to sleep.
We
Yeah.
have been booking our clients for the holidays. We would say, like, the next 3 months are coming up. Let's book it out. We've been doing this since September. So it's already been anticipating.
We are really good on the preparation. I would say almost, I don't want to call it fear mongering. You can never pretend in Little Fern Salon that you didn't know.
It backfires a little bit on us, as you could imagine, booking so many weeks, so many months out. Then Monday rolls around, somebody's been looking forward to their appointment, something comes up, and we have like really tailored our schedules to accommodate everybody. Then you have a little gap of time that you have to fill. And it's like things come up for us when you're expecting like such a busy day at the peak of your season. You're like, how am I going to fill this time? What am I going to do?
Well, I think it's also funny where people are like act like they've never seen any one of the messages that I've sent out. And I'm like, especially this year, you can't have the excuse of like, oh, I didn't see anything. If you are a customer here, you automatically are here for the email and for the messaging service, as well as all of the stuff on the socials and word of mouth. Like we literally talk about holiday season on a daily basis. So if any one of you guys out there have not made your appointments by the time that this episode comes out, that is fully on you, because I've sent out multiple messages now.
We got sidetracked. We went off the rails a little quickly. We're coming in hot. Our feelings get the best of us sometimes. We do not mean it like that. We're appreciative.
I'm just saying, like, the preparations are in place, and like, if you don't make your appointment during the season, it's very difficult to then whoop around and get you back in at another time.
We'll see you in January.
Yeah.
I get a little oopsie boopsie. I get it because I've been one of those before. So I'm not coming at y'all, but I am coming at y'all a little bit.
Oh,
I'm coming at like the me's of the world where it's like, girl, you literally knew. And then I'm like, yeah, you're so right. I know.
Well, yeah. I mean, it happens.
I do it with my personal appointments constant.
I have to make my doctor's appointment. I'm pretty sure I won't be gay until next year.
Yeah.
So, you know,
You snooze.
Nowadays,
it's
literally don't get it
wild.
like 5 to 6 months, and you're like, okay, cool. So I'll see you when my ailments are all resolved. Like then, I guess.
Yeah. I don't mind that though. I don't mind that like our industry sometimes changes and like our clients decide to have a bigger, longer appointment, but spread it out for a longer period of time where they might be here like 2.5 hours, but I might not see them until like every 8 weeks as opposed to every 4 weeks.
Yeah. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
Maximizing like, you know, the time that they have, but then also like trying to maximize their own personal time outside of here. 100%.
Plan out your me time. We all have to plan out our me time where we get to take care of ourselves because it's a luxury.
Which will be coming up. I think you guys have done a decent job about that for this upcoming holiday season too, is that we can expect some more me time than usual for this holiday season.
Yeah, I think we're trying to work in a little bit of us time, a little bit of downtime, a little bit of recharge for the Little Fern family. We're going to be taking a little bit of a break, which we're kind of excited for. I think it's going to be exciting. I think, you know, you got to start to look forward to that kind of stuff. Before that, though, I'm really into super spooky stuff right now. I'm trying to really hit spooky season real hard. I realized while talking to a guest not too long ago that although I am a fall gal, I don't really do a lot of fall festivities.
Like a pumpkin?
I should take you to the local farm, Alysia, so that you can experience the corn pit. It is the most stimulating experience.
Yeah, you're gonna come out smelling like a fucking corn on.
You're gonna be dusty.
You're gonna be dusty. You're probably gonna have a little bit of allergies going on afterwards.
I feel like that actually sounds like a nightmare.
No, it's worth it. Hugs your body, and it's just so you have to dive in.
I just think I need to do more fall festivities.
I'm going to the pumpkin patch this Sunday.
Yeah.
I think you could do that as well.
Yeah, I think I need to like, you know, really fall it up.
Apple picking.
I've been watching spooky things every night. I've been, just trying to like really incorporate more spooky fall festivities.
It is interesting that you say that because you are probably one of the biggest proponents of like fall and spooky season.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's really interesting that you don't do any of that. Like, do you even have like a little spooky night ever? Like, where you like watch a couple spooky movies, you carve a pumpkin, like
We would do a pumpkin carving contest every year previous to all of us just having super chaotically busy lives. But that has kind of gone to the wayside right now.
It's fizzled out. It's a little sad.
It
I always
is.
enjoy the pumpkin carving. We
That
would have
doesn't mean that
we
you
would
can't
have a fall night.
You can definitely bring it back though. So it's fizzled, but it'll come back. Okay.
I would love to say yes. It won't be this year, only because there's only so many days in October right now, and most of them are already taken.
Yeah.
So I would love to say yes, but it ain't gonna happen this
year.
Ain't gonna happen. But maybe next year we could try to bring it back next year. So it's hard. It's really hard. We did it for many, many years. But that was like pre-kids, it was just a little bit easier to just like, rapid fire get together. And, it gets hard. Guys, it gets hard. I had to like plan out. I mean, just in general, it doesn't even mean you have to have kids for this to be a thing. You just get older and time gets more of a commodity, like it's really hard. Like my schedule is scheduled, like putting together time with my friends, putting together things on the calendar. Sometimes it's spur of the moment and you can work it out where you're like, hey, I have nothing on this Saturday. You have nothing on this Saturday. Let's grab dinner. Works. Perfect. Most of the time it's planned and it's planned far in advance. So that's just the way it goes. And I don't know that it gets any easier as you get older or if it just gets harder.
I feel like I'm starting to kind of come into that like era right now where like I still was able to make plans with my friends, but the past like 2 years it's been like increasingly more difficult, especially as like people are living in different places and we have different schedules, and some people are in school full time and some people are working full-time jobs. And I mean, even like this summer, trying to get my OG high school friend group together this summer was so difficult. And like that makes me so sad that you guys are still having these problems. I mean, obviously, like there's kids, life happens, but
at least we're still trying.
It's just hard that like just to know that it's only going to get more difficult, if not stay at the same level of difficulty where it's like it's hard to get everybody together. It's hard to get the gang together. You got to book that out like 5 months in advance for that shit.
You just can't be a group of people, or you just have to know if you are that kind of person that is like a non-committal human, or you're good at like having a calendar and committing to dates.
That's how
putting dates out there and being okay with being like, okay, so my date in late December is already locked, and then having to be like, sorry, nope, can't do that. Yeah. Gotta go to this.
It's crazy because every time I try to make plans with my friends now, I'm like, hold on, let me check my calendar. Because if my calendar is completely free, then I'm like, I'm great. But no, I'm a completely like calendar oriented now, where it's like, if I'm this weekend, I'm like, oh, I'm great. But most of the time there's something going on throughout the weekend where I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it happens more and more frequently, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I try not to overbook myself, but at the same time, like, I don't think that necessarily having a calendar and booking out with friends or booking out with loved ones or doing things like that is bad at all.
I think sometimes we also need our own weekends.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. 100%.
All of your free weekends will be like, oh, let's go fucking rage with the friends. Not even like rage, but still like even being social sometimes is like where you just want to have that weekend where you're just in home with your family, or even just spending time with your close loved ones, because sometimes you're just so busy where you can't even do that.
I look forward to those recharge weekends where I'm like, oh man, I have nothing this weekend. That's fabulous.
And sit on the couch and do nothing and watch garbage TV and eat garbage all weekend.
As Luke just realized the word couch rot.
Oh, rotting is perfection.
Yeah.
That's not a reality for me.
Well, you also are a person who does work 2 jobs and is a business owner.
I try on Mondays. I do try on Mondays.
It's just on your nature, though. Honestly, also, you're not really like a rotter to begin with, like just by your like personality and your
I
nature.
try.
Are you the person that's like, if you have a rotting weekend, that you feel like you need to be doing something because you're rotting? Or
Well, I
like,
do like a mild little thing.
As
what's a mild?
or even saying that means no.
What is the definition of mild?
Like in my spare time, she was staining the playhouse.
Redecorating her basement.
I decided to go to like Lisa Shipman's house and do her like front porch. Is that like one?
She's like
remodeling my workshop.
I had a spare 2 a.m. moment, so I decided to reorganize my entire back room.
And that's not even like an exaggeration. That really she will be coming into work and like, guys, you know what? I got into my manic cleaning last night. I cleaned up this, I cleaned up that, and I'm like, girl, wouldn't you just rather be in bed?
Macy,
that would be my version of I just had the best night ever.
You witnessed it firsthand because I had Macy and Evelyn working for me last week because Alysia did like a little cute staycation thing. And yeah, they were up in my business and I had them organizing.
It was lovely because like I mean this by simply no knock to you. I think it was just more like how I expected to come into the situation where she was like, yeah, I have these events going on. I really thought that like we did assist with the events for the first day.
It took a while.
I came back
they weren't available.
The second day on Friday, and I did stuff that was completely unrelated. I was unpacking boxes that Nora has had packed from events from like 2 years ago, guys.
1 year.
Okay.
I thought a full year, 11 months.
Okay, that's still fucking insane.
Like 9 months, 3 hours, 17 minutes.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I essentially helped Nora like manically get done all of the tasks that she's needed to get done for the past year, which I am so happy to do because that area looks like amazing. Like it looks like a dream. I'm sure that it will probably get chaotic, easy, fast again, but it was great.
The reset is always really important. And there just comes a point in the workshop where like I'm looking around and I'm like, I had 3 events that weekend, but I couldn't focus on anything except for the fact that it was in such disarray that how was I going to be able to complete the events while it was looking like crazy?
Which I think is like so valid because even like it's like when you go and you're getting dressed for like an event and like you tear your closet apart. Do you have enough time to put your fucking closet back together right away? No. And then you come back and you're like, fuck that. The last thing I want to do right now is clean up my entire closet that's just strewed everywhere. 11 months is a little different in this situation. But I also think that it's different when it's packed away in a bin versus like spewing all over your workstation. It wasn't like this was stuff that was just sitting out. This was stuff that was more like stored away and was ready to be put away when you had the time to put it away.
Yeah, it was my storage bins that I deliver like my rental items to the weddings.
Which is something that I would definitely do. Like I probably would wait even longer to put some of that stuff away where it's like if I'm not using it or planning to use it anytime soon, that's fucking fine. It can sit there like if I'm okay.
Yeah. Time just gets you.
I have bigger things to worry about than these candles that I need to organize and separate, you know? Like,
yes. That's what I want. That's why in my head, I cannot rest appropriately how I want to rest if things are in disarray.
So I did say moving forward, I said, Nora, if you need me, because I also need some extra cash. I said, if you need me, let a girl know because I will be there to help you. Also, like helping Nora, and like this is what I was saying to Evelyn. I was like, it's a very peaceful task for me. Like I always enjoy being at your house. There's never a time where I'm like, get me the fuck out of here.
Do you know why it is like the reason why I love doing that at home in my floral business is because I get to be alone and focus on the task ahead without actually like servicing anybody.
What's great. I mean, like it's, and I think that's also another part. Like I love that like you'll just tell me what to do. Like I love being bossed around, especially when it's like for the most part like pretty mindless tasks. Like that's also why I loved being an assistant here for so long, is because like it's all just like just mindless tasks like that for the most part. Like you're just cleaning shit or organizing shit. And something about me is I love that, especially after like a long work week of like having tests that are very mindful and having to think really hard about stuff. That job is like such a relief. Like it feels like such like a weight has been lifted off me, and like it's a great way to decompress, but also still be working in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes. Alicia, I want to hear about Buckhunter.
So my my best friend's husband plays Buckhunter. Um, and there's Buckhunter Championship, like the World Championships.
Did you actually know what Buckhunter was when you got there?
Well, yeah.
But did you know like what the setup was going to be for this?
No.
Okay.
I had not been to one before. Like the last time he was in town with one, we did not go to him playing in the tournament. It was many years ago. And I don't remember I think we had softball or something the night of like his tournament, so we didn't get a chance to like actually see him.
And this is like one of
And he didn't
like,
do very well, so he like was out right away.
This is one of, like the rifle games, right?
Yep.
Like you essentially just
You shoot
gun at like a screen
Yeah.
and shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a video game for the world. It's a video game. They're at bars, and you play. But if you play well enough and you do well enough, you go to I don't know where they have them every time. Sometimes it's like Vegas, sometimes it's Chicago. It's it's called the World Championships of Buckhunter. I don't know if every game has these. Like, do you know what I mean? If every game that's in bars has them, like not Top Golf, but like Golden Tee or like, I don't know if all games have them or if it's just this one. But it was so intense. So you have to make like the top 50 players in the world. The best player, the person who wins, takes $25,000 home. Then everyone after that, I think then the top 8 after that, it was something crazy like 5 to 10 grand after that. Chris Bay took home money. Like, so I mean, so he made it much further than he thought he was going to. I think he did 6 rounds. He did really well, guys, really, really well. Every year he's gotten better and better. He did really well this year. It was really fun to watch. It was 120 players. The brackets were insane. So it was like 2 days. It was double elimination. It was very intense. We had matching shirts. So he played sponsored by a bar in Breck that we've actually gone to. Like it's an arcade bar, and they sponsored him and another player that's who he plays a lot with. And he stopped playing for a few years because it just got expensive to play Buckhunter, because every round, which I recently found out, of Buckhunter is like super expensive to play, like on your own dime.
Mm-hmm.
So
does that ultimately end up contributing to this like winner pool, or is that separate?
Assume so, but maybe not. Honestly, it could go to the bar that owns it.
You just don't know. Like maybe it's like a vending machine. Like
exactly. So it was really cool. I got really hyped. I got very into it. It was very fun. It was at Joe's Bar on Weed, which it's a big bar that we used to go to for like occasionally here and there in our 20s
in Chicago.
Yep, it's on Weed Street. Joe's on Weed. It's a big.
It's popular for our generation.
I don't know streets.
It's okay.
Except for what's the Shoe Corner? I know that now.
Shoe Corner in Indiana.
Yeah, I told her about Shoe Corner.
Yeah,
there was a shoe on it, so I know that one now.
Mm-hmm. It's not. Yeah, it was very cool. It was very exciting. Go Chris. He did very well. I was very proud of him. He should be very proud of himself. He did really good, and hopefully next year he'll do even better. So yeah, he took home some money. I don't actually know in the end how much, because it was like you found out at the very end, like in your bracket, like where you were. But I mean, a good little chunk of change. So very fun.
Not like $50.
No. So yeah. So like a good little bit amount of money. So very fun.
Like it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. So, and it was very weird to be back at a big college bar for us. It was also an Illinois bar. So, of course, Illinois was playing. So then we had to sit and we watched the game afterwards. It was a fun little Saturday of feeling young and lots of booze and pretending that you're back in college is what
was it
like.
Just one day?
So it was Friday night was his like check-in, and then you play to find out what bracket you're in. Oh. And then Saturday is like game day.
That's crazy. Like that's just one of those things that I think it's such like a niche like thing, because even when Alysia brought it up, I don't even know, like a month ago, and she was telling me why like they were coming to Chicago, and I was like, what the fuck is Buckhunter? And I was like, just no way that like people like even can win that much money from like such a like a niche game. Like it's one of those things that I personally feel like probably not a lot of people know about.
I love it. What a fun event to look forward to doing. What do you guys like? It's literally the end of the year now. Like we are in the last couple months of the holiday.
It's crazy how time
gonna look
flies.
forward to. Like, what do we get to do?
I can say I'm really looking forward to going to Costa Rica with my family.
That's awesome.
I went to Costa Rica in 6th grade and it was amazing, but like I've always been a sick girl. Like it's no shock. But like before I left, I had a really, really bad migraine and then that kind of affected the rest of my trip. I had a really bad migraine for the first part of our trip. And then the second part of our trip, because we were there for 2 weeks, very thankful, very grateful. The second
That is a long trip.
my mom saves up and she likes long vacations, which honestly I'm down for. But the second part, I got an intestinal infection, and that was literally the most uncomfortable, probably stomach sitch I've had to deal with in my life. I mean, I still pulled through. I'm that person that like I will be in pain, but I will be having a good time. So I was like out there surfing with a full intestinal infection before I even knew it was an intestinal infection. Because I'm like, I don't want to miss out on this stuff. Like, I usually go to Costa Rica, like, whoever knows.
Twice
Yeah.
now, twice.
But we've always wanted to go back since then because, like, I never really got to fully experience the second part of the trip, which was in Guanacaste.
Also, you guys are all of age.
And we're all of age,
Of
very
enjoying.
different experiences. I was a literal child when we went there last time, and now we're, like, all full-grown adults. So I'm very excited to go and have a little taste of paradise and then come back. Well, actually, I mean, I'm going like right before everybody goes on break here. So like my December is going to be pretty chill. So it's kind of weird. Like I'm going to come back and then it's going to be like, I think I work 1 week and then it's break. So it's going to be a little interesting for me personally. I'm going to want to get back to work.
It's going to be interesting for us too, Macy. We're not used to just saying, hey, we're going to take some time off and enjoy the holidays instead of thinking that people want us to work while they're chilling.
I mean, I think that it's just something that you got to do for yourself and not base it off of like what your clients want, you know? And I think that's pretty awesome that you guys have just taken the time off like most normal people do. Not everybody does that. But I think it's good that you guys are doing that.
I think it's pretty normal for us to slow down a little bit the week of Christmas because everybody does want to just spend time doing stuff
Full
for
week
people.
now, which I think is a little different.
I'm not going anywhere. I don't have anything planned yet. We were talking about going somewhere in Florida.
Ooh.
Love a good Florida
But
vacation.
after I've actually only been with the girls and to Disney. And so my Florida experiences are isolated to Disney.
Ooh, you got to go to like the Panhandle.
We're going to go visit my
Maybe,
aunt
like,
and uncle,
Fort
and then we're
Lauderdale?
going to go down.
Well, right now is not really the time.
No, that's why those plans are on hold because of the hurricane situation.
I'm going to San Diego. Let's hope it like works out for me. Honestly, I feel like we've like kind of half gotten the trip together. Well, I'm the planner of this itinerary.
When you don't like to be the planner.
I like to be the planner. It doesn't bother me. It's just the fact that like I have this you know when you have like an inkling where you're like, do I really put forth the work if it might or might not actually pan out?
Yeah.
And then I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's all. I'm excited if we go. I won't be devastated if we don't and we just stay home and relax because like Luke's work is very stressful right now.
That's great.
So either way, it's just like a reset. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could also mean dinners,
Yeah.
pedicure.
Like, you know, so I'm not putting all my eggs in like the we have to go basket. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Do you know, like, because it's very last minute. Like, this is a very like, ooh, this could be fun. Let's do it. And then if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's okay too.
It's like the thought and like what kind of encouraged you to go.
That for the first time in, I think, our entire relationship, we'll be off at the same time over Christmas,
Like, well, let's do something.
which has never, ever, ever worked. So
Oh, so like I think that there also might be some of those preconceived notions of what's happened before, which also I think is very valid because Luke's work still is very up in the air at the moment.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think you
that's
kind
what I think in my mind. It has nothing to do with Luke.
You-
Luke has never said like we're not going. I think I'm very like, oh shit, is it actually going to work out that we're actually off at the same time? Because it's never happened before where we just naturally are off at the same time. This is, it's your own brain working against yourself.
Yes. I mean, it's kind of something that you're used to. So I think that like you feeling that way isn't like crazy.
Well, I mean, we plan for vacations and you can plan for vacations 6 months in advance and then he still can't get the actual time on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I'm not like, oh my God, we have to do this. It was just like, oh my God, for the first time ever, we might actually be off at the same time. So
way ahead of time.
yeah,
Yes.
like that we know about. Like that's kind of crazy. So like that would be nice to like do something. But also we don't have to do something. I'm also content with staying at home and fulfilling things at home that like, work out with just us.
I want to do some cozy things. I want to like go see some movies over the next several months, not just like during our break off.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like I've been enjoying going back to the movies. I'm not trying to say like I like left the movies. It was just like, I don't know how it fell off for a second.
Go for
But
a long time.
Movies is like an all-time like low with people in general, especially because the accessibility to it is just like so convenient. You wait a couple months, it's cheaper.
Well, and now they like release things almost immediately to you being able to buy them.
Turnover used to be like months.
Yeah.
Now the turnover is like maybe a month and a half. And you're like, I can wait that long.
It's crazy.
I don't even mean to wait that long.
You're like, oh, like, okay, like it's out already. I didn't even realize that it was even out. Like, but I do love a good movie experience, especially because now most movie theaters do have those like dream loungers. They all got the good food. They got the popcorn. They got the candy.
Delicious.
They got the fucking slushies. Like, dude, I'm gonna get my like.
Are you in a slushie? Are you a slushie girl at the movie?
No, I'm typically not, but my friends do, so I get a little sippy. But I'm like I got a Bosco stick the last time I was there, and then I love a popcorn like smothered in butter and like a little bit too much salt on there where like it almost burns your tongue. And then maybe some sour Skittles. Like that is like my idea.
Whoa, so many things burning your mouth. That was a lot of mouths.
No, because I never really
What are you drinking?
My roof of my mouth, the roof of my mouth would be dead.
No.
Gone.
I'm always drinking water, but when I was a kid, I used to have that burn.
Wait, what was the first item?
Bosco sticks.
This is like Macy going and getting gold.
Hear me out. Guys, hear me out. Because the movies for me, especially because I never go, I feel like that's the time where I can pig the fuck out. And so that's when I am going to burn the fuck out of my mouth. And then my tongue, I'm not going to be able to taste normally for the next 5 days.
I am so nauseous from your order right now.
And then you go home, tummy ache. That's what childhood feels like. And like, that's what the movie feels like.
That was more like my mall experience because I would be like, we have to go get orange chicken and we have to go end it with cinnamon.
If you get an orange Julius.
And yeah, you had to get 4 pretzels.
When I was there. Not like the Auntie
I was an
Anne's.
Auntie
I
Anne's.
was a Wetzel's pretzels because those were more savory and the Auntie Anne's are more like of the sweet.
Auntie Anne's was what was at River Oaks.
Auntie Anne's is what we would get. The dippers.
We had to go to the coffee beanery. So there were multiple things happening. Coffee beanery was the best.
Oh,
It smelled so good.
Oh my God. The coffee drinks from that had to be like 5,000 calories.
It reminds me of what's the one?
You were getting like s'mores. It was like
You're getting straight up chocolate.
It was so good.
Caribou coffee equivalent.
It was so good.
Caribou coffee was in Homewood.
Of course, we remember.
Yes, we do. I love caribou
so
coffee.
much time there. You don't even understand.
Me and Nora still talk about it. That frappe, I still dream about it.
Did they-
The frappe, oh, yes, they did. I loved caribou.
Beginning portion of my childhood where like I would always get there. That was before like even I could even think about drinking coffee. But their like hot chocolates were fucking phenomenal.
You just needed it where it was
So
too.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Caribou and then the video store
Yeah.
next door. So
It was
convenient.
great. Dude, the video store there.
The death of video stores is like so sad. Oh, so sad. So sad. Did you guys watch the documentary on it? It was very good. Yeah, it was. It was like the last
I couldn't-
blockbuster. It's very sad, actually. And it's really,
Videos? And all the ones in this area seem as though they've gone out of.
I don't know.
Don't even ask that question. Just let us hope that there are video stores.
There better be the one in Park Forest still, because that was mine.
I feel like I lived at the video store. I don't know how you guys felt.
We walked to it
Every weekend.
We all had our own little, like, you had your own little scanner.
Yeah.
And are they all gone?
No, Family Video is no longer in business as video rental chain, but the brand is still live online. That checks out for them being like,
That's sad. That's very
Oh,
devastating.
Redbox is still a thing.
They are. There is still the
there's
one, like,
CVS and
there's the one at Walgreens right over there. We used to Redbox it up all the time in the city.
I was never the family that
Mhm.
would, but there were families that I was friends with that would be like huge red boxes instead of like Family Video.
You know
we
what
would
put
Redbox.
Redbox out of? Netflix.
Yeah.
Because Netflix
Never
started
used to be
delivering your
Netflix.
to your
And
house.
then they went digital, and that's kind of what changed. Like,
Yes,
the fate
yeah.
of-
Yes, because on Netflix you had to wait for, like, your discs to come, and you had to wait. You had to put them in your
That's
queue,
Yeah.
queue them up, and then you would get them, and then you have to return them
Yeah.
before you got
the
them back.
original like online service didn't. This service used to be a disc form. Like,
Yeah.
all the apps were
Yeah.
a disc, and then they moved it to this more like plug-in, like input, which is
Yeah.
crazy to me because that's just something like I never experienced. Like I like really, I
You
guess
could get the
remember-
digital and the discs at
Yeah.
the same time when they first started out.
It was
It's just like
such an interesting.
That is like the revolutionary where like all these other ones have come out now, which is crazy. But then Roku, oh my god.
I'm feeling comforted by this conversation right now. I feel like
I need like
the
a
comfort of the season has made its way in. Long live the video store.
Long live the movies. I hope you do go to a movie and you do not order any of the thing that Macy has in combination together.
I hope you do and you get to realize that it's life.
I hope you bring your own snacks in your purse like I do. You
Luke
can
brings
make
his own.
solid choices.
He brings his own. I don't. I get the. I get
And
pretzels.
sitting You're sitting eating a
You bring like
fucking meal.
you bring like a whole ass pizza by
Support.
yourself.
Oh my god.
Brings with some port in.
We were always the family that would show up with like fucking meals in there. Like we had a big ass duffel bag, passing it down the line. And then all of like our snacks and everything. You bring the blankets. You get oh my god, yeah.
Sounds
Amazing.
divine.
Well, I hope
Amazing.
everybody is cozying up at a movie or in their own personal home theater.
Yeah. Whichever one.
And get out your calendar. Start planning your holiday events.
Start planning your events with your friends and your loved ones also. Never too early.
Enjoy the season. I'm going to try to put more joy into the season and not complain about my past Christmases and move forward. I'm going to be the only one moving forward in the situation. I just want to say I'll be the better person, but I'm going to move forward.
I like that.
Put around.
I like that. I like that.
Breaking generational trauma.
I like that. I like that for us. Don't forget to grab your drink, grab whatever products we know you inevitably bought, all of your fall candles,
We got a ball cap on
We got a
Agnes for
rogue-
2
a
weeks.
rogue hat that somebody left or dropped or something.
There's a hat on Agnes.
Hats.
Don't forget
Made by Abby.
Don't forget your cap. And we hope you have a great day and that leads you into a great week. And make sure you have your calendar all ready to go.
Santama.
Until then,
Trauma.
we'll see you later, friend.
That's the app that I use.
I know. It's Nora, Alysia, and Macy.
We are a girly podcast and we are on the floor.
Did I go the wrong way?